Screaming that's us, and when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Purple and white, but you know what I mean. Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collinsville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-House. I said the K-House. The school of champions, we laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm asked I'll be an Indian again. I'm telling them that Collinsville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to see it, yes, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapin' crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right, now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
All the freshmen, all the fresh college boys,
High school, champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good late afternoon, early evening to everyone, and welcome to Granite City High School here in the hustle and bustle in town of Granite City. We're here because your baseball team is. It's our first look at this new facility here as they've updated just about everything out here. The football field, the baseball field, the soccer field, and the softball field, which is right over to our right over there, where right now the Lady Warriors softball team is battling it out with Maryville Christian. And looking at it right now, it's in the bottom of the fourth inning, and Maryville Christian has a 3-2 lead. But we'll keep you up to date on that as that goes along whenever we have a moment or two. But right now, we're going to get you started on some baseball action. My name is Todd Duke, and we welcome you into tonight's pregame show brought to you by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. Give them a call at 618-343-3602 or online at chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Well, the Kahawks come into this contest with an overall record of 5-9. They are now 2-2 in Southwestern Conference play under their first-year head coach Matt Pomerantz. Granite City, they come in with an even record of 7-7, and they do not have a conference, at least not this year. Next year, they will be back in the Southwestern Conference. Scott Smalley is Granite City's head coach. He's into his 12th season in that responsibility and just picked up his 100th win not too long ago and now stands with 101 wins and 228 losses. Well, the Kahawks come into today's game after snapping a 3-game winless streak Thursday afternoon with a well-played 3-2 win at Belleville East. Collinsville was due to play this past Saturday afternoon at Fletcher Field against Alton Marquette, but that contest was washed away due to a storm system that moved through the area Friday night and continued overnight and into Saturday morning. So that game will be made up on May the 9th. The 3-2 win Thursday against the Lancers assured a split in the season series against Belleville East. The Lancers beat Collinsville at Fletcher Field 6 days ago in a game that saw the Kahawks take a 10-1 lead into the 6th inning, but Belleville East spoiled the party with an 8-run 6th and then a 1-run 7th to tie it before a 5-run 8th by the Lancers sealed the deal in a 15-10 Belleville East win. Thursday's 3-2 win at Lancer Stadium saw both teams put up 2 runs in their respective halves of the 6th inning. Collinsville picked up a run in the 7th on a Belleville East error and then held the Lancers at bay for the 3-2 win. Junior Kahawk pitcher Roman Pomerantz got the complete game win on the mound. 7 innings pitched, 8 hits, 2 runs, both earned, while striking out 5 and only issuing 1 walk. Junior catcher Ben Tillman had 2 RBIs in that 2-run 6th inning. The Warriors, they started the 2026 season on the right foot with a 2-1 win over Jabot here at their new field, unfortunately for Granite City. The Warriors followed that up with a 5-game losing streak with the next 3 on the road and then back-to-back home losses to both of the Belleville public schools. Granite City followed that 5-game skid with a 3-game win streak with wins over Highland, Quincy, and Alton Marquette before a couple of lopsided home losses, 11-1 to Triad and 11-7 to Jacksonville. After that, the Warriors' record stood at 4-7, but Granite City responded with straight wins as they head into this battle against the Kahawks, winners of 3 in a row. Granite City needed extra innings to pick up a 5-4 win over St. Louis Homeschool on Tax Day. Followed that up the next day with a 6-1 win over Metro East Lutheran, and then ended last week with an 18-7 pounding of the Senators at Springfield High School to even their season record at 7-7. Had a chance just a little while ago as we continue our senior interviews. Caught up with Braden Henson, senior infielder / outfielder and sometimes pitcher, although not yet this year. Anyway, my conversation with Mr. Braden Henson will come your way after we take a timeout here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show on the Kahawk Sports Network.
I'd like to introduce you to some incredible new technology we have available here at Chiropractic Works. The machine is known as an Invisired lipolaser machine. The Invisired machine emits a red light and red laser that combine in unison to go through the skin layers into the adipose or fat tissue and cause the cells to go ahead and metabolize themselves. The Invisired technology is the only machine that's FDA approved for fat loss, stimulates collagen and elastin, improves the function of the lymphatic system, boosts metabolism, and increases metabolic response. Typical response after the very first treatment is 1/2 to 2 inches of loss in body measurement. So if you think that this technology could help you accomplish any weight loss or aesthetic goals, we would be glad to have you come in for a consultation, get a first treatment, and experience the amazing benefits that Invisired offers.
Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium in Uptown Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records from country to hard-to-find jazz, and classic rock is always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl, new vinyl, and hard-to-find vinyl. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's, where you can check out the latest in audio gear from new top-of-the-line speakers to turntables and receivers, plus all the accessories. Rich has t-shirts, record cleaners, turntable needles, wall art, and so much more. If you can't find what you're looking for at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Don't forget to mention seeing this ad on the Kahawk Sports Network for a 10% discount at checkout. Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in Collinsville, or call 618-795-1333 or online at richesrecordemporium.com. Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahawkSports.com and the Kahawk Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org. Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipStLouis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
I'd like to introduce you to some incredible new technology we have available here at Chiropractic Works. The machine is known as an InvisiRed lipolaser machine. The InvisiRed machine emits a red light and red laser that combine in unison to go through the skin layers into the adipose or fat tissue and cause the cells to go ahead and metabolize themselves. The InvisiRed technology is the only machine that's FDA approved for fat loss, stimulates collagen and elastin, improves the function of the lymphatic system, boosts metabolism, and increases metabolic response. Typical response after the very first treatment is a 1/2 to 2 inches of loss in body measurement. So if you think that this technology could help you accomplish any weight loss or aesthetic goals, we would be glad to have you come in for a consultation, get a first treatment, and experience the amazing benefits that InvisiRed offers.
And we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahawk Sports Network, our second baseball road game in a row. And we are out at the brand new fields here at Granite City High School. And we continue our senior interviews. We've worked our way up to number 12, Braden Henson. Kahawk baseball player, 4 years, varsity player, pitched for a little while, now playing a little infield, a little outfield. He's like a versatile guy. All right, Braden. First, thanks for joining us. Let's start off by hearing a little bit about your family. Tell me about mom, dad, brothers, sisters, and any pets you have.
My mom and dad, they're both teachers. My dad played soccer all throughout his life, like he played professionally and stuff. My sister's now in college at Western Kentucky, and my brother is actually on the baseball team. He's a freshman.
Got any pets?
I got 2 dogs. One's named Hazel, she's a golden doodle, and the other one's named Sadie, she's a border collie beagle mix.
Well, that's a nice mix right there, man. All right, tell me your baseball story. Who got you started in the world of baseball? When did that journey begin? How old were you when you started?
I think it was honestly like just around the time like T-ball started. Like when I was 4, my dad just had me play. I honestly used to not be that good. I played like Corey League, and then I just got into playing a little bit of club, and then just from there I just started to get better and better.
All right, man. I did you the luxury of going through all of your varsity stats and adding everything up. Would you like to hear them?
Sure.
All right, up to this point in your life, you are a .306 batter. You have 5 doubles, a triple, a home run, 16 runs batted in, and you have 8 stolen bases. You've been caught once. So anything stand out as being, wow, that's pretty cool?
I guess just the RBIs and stuff. I mean, I like scoring runners, so yeah, I guess that.
All right, let's do the favorite things category. These will be your favorite things, your favorite sweet snack.
Just anything chocolate. I like Hershey's.
That's a good answer. You can't go wrong with chocolate. Yeah, favorite salty snack.
Ooh. I just like potato chips, like the regular baked ones. Those are really good.
Man, they're getting a lot of vinegar and salt lately, so thanks for breaking that trend. All right, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, which one's your favorite meal?
I go breakfast. I've always been more of a morning person.
What is for breakfast and who cooks it?
Normally my mom is like all sorts of things. Like she always make me chocolate chip pancakes, Cinnamon rolls, eggs, just stuff like that.
All right, you have a favorite restaurant? Let's begin with fast food.
Probably right now Cane's.
Favorite sit-down restaurant?
Ooh, I like Buffalo Wild Wings.
Good choice. All right, music genre. What kind of music do you like to listen to?
I listen to like a mix of country and rap.
You have a favorite artist in either one of those two categories?
Probably Morgan Wallen right now.
All right, school favorites. Let's go least favorite first. What is your least favorite class in high school?
I don't like English.
I get that a lot, man. Favorite class in high school?
I actually do enjoy math most of the time. It just makes sense to me. And my dad's also a math teacher, so I guess that helps.
Yeah, I get math or English as a least favorite or a favorite. It depends on who you're talking to. All right, man. When you're not playing baseball and eating at restaurants, what does Braden Henson like to do for fun?
I like hanging out with friends and playing video games sometimes. Other than that, really not much. Just kind of hanging out, not doing too much, but keeping myself active.
What do you do in the summertime?
Well, the past 4 years it's been summer baseball and then soccer workouts, so I guess this summer is going to be different. I like fishing. Probably just going to find other things to pass time, work. Yeah.
All right, you are getting ready to graduate next month, so what is next for Mr. Braden Henson?
I'm still deciding on what school I want to go to, but I'm for sure going to play baseball in college. I've talked to a couple schools for that, and I want to study like exercise science or sports management. I'm still between the two.
I hear you get a lot of emails for Brandon Henson.
Yes, all the time.
All right, man, shout out time for you. Who out there in the wide world would you like to say hi to right now?
My parents, family, and Eric Perrell.
All right, cool. All right, let's go backwards in time a little bit. That Thursday win at Belleville East, how nice was that?
It was nice, especially to bounce off of the tough loss on Tuesday to them. It was nice to win a close one there.
All right, you got Granite City here today. What do you know about the Warriors this year?
I honestly don't really know much. I think we should win if we do the right things and play the right way.
All right, thanks for the visit, man. We certainly appreciate talking to you. Good luck out there today, and good luck in your future.
Thank you.
All right, number 12, Braden Henson joining us here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll throw the starters for both teams your way and stats. All that and more coming up on the Kahok Sports Network.
I'd like to introduce you to some incredible new technology we have available here at Chiropractic Works. The machine is known as an InvisiRed lipolaser machine. The InvisiRed machine emits a red light and red laser that combine in unison to go through the skin layers into the adipose or fat tissue and cause the cells to go ahead and metabolize themselves. The InvisiRed technology is the only machine that's FDA approved for fat loss, stimulates collagen and elastin, improves the function of the lymphatic system, boosts metabolism, and increases metabolic response. Typical response after the very first treatment is 1/2 to 2 inches of loss in body measurement. So if you think that this technology could help you accomplish any weight loss or aesthetic goals, we'd be glad to have you come in for a consultation, get a first treatment, and experience the amazing benefits that InvisiRed offers.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
All Fluffed Up Grooming Salon in Caseyville is your go-to place to get that pampered treatment for your fur baby. All Fluffed Up offers one-on-one grooming sessions by skilled and professional groomers, focusing on a stress-free and fear-free experience for both pup and pup parent. Owned and operated by former Kahok Jenny Eves, All Fluffed Up in Caseyville offers nail trimming, ear cleanings, bathing, and fur trimming as well as full cuts. All Fluffed Up Grooming Salon in Caseyville, 16 East Reynolds Street. Call Jenny Eves for an appointment at 618-855-8533. Mobile grooming coming soon. That's All Fluffed Up in Caseyville, 618-855-8533. Looking for some unique food options, super cold drinks, and a fun atmosphere with an attentive staff? Look no further than Hurricanes Bar and Grill in Collinsville. Owned and operated by former Kahok State soccer champ Tim Johnson, Hurricanes has been one of the area's great meeting places for fun, food, live sports and music, and video gaming. Daily specials like Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, and Fish Fridays. Hurricanes will tackle those hunger pains. Hurricanes is always open during all of Uptown Collinsville's Main Street festivals. Hurricanes is the place to satisfy your hunger and thirst needs. Hurricanes Bar and Grill, 222 West Main Street in Collinsville. Give them a call for carryout orders at 618-345-0846. 618-345-0846. Mike and Sarah's Produce in Collinsville is a one-stop destination for seasonal fruits, vegetables, and more. Located at 116 North Bluff Road, Mike and Sarah's Produce features fresh selections of your favorite fruits and veggies, from cherries, peaches, and watermelons to corn, tomatoes, and zucchini. You can find all of your produce needs at Mike and Sarah's. Seasonal favorites such as pumpkins in the fall, summer peaches, spring asparagus, and more. Plus, Mike and Sarah's Produce is a go-to in the spring for flowered plants, hanging baskets, and a large selection of fresh seafood. Mike and Sarah's Produce, 116 North Bluff Road in Collinsville. Stop by today. Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Owner Jay Merkel and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, no matter what you drive: cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for you and your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 618-977-1224. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details, 618-977-1224. Once again, we welcome you back here to Granite City High School. Brand new field. Very spiffy, that is for sure. And we shouldn't have any problem staying on the air. You see that big old cell phone tower back there? That's probably the closest to a cell phone tower that we've ever broadcasted from. So we should not have any problems today. That is for sure. All right. Here are your starting lineups. We'll begin with Collinsville. They, of course, are the visiting team today, and they will start off things with Ben Tillman. He'll be leading off and playing catcher. Carson Perrell will be batting second and playing center field. Today's pitcher is Will Swip, and he will be batting in the number 3 spot. Cal Swartz is batting cleanup and playing in right field. Roman Pomerantz bats 5th and plays shortstop this afternoon. Braden Henson, our pregame guest, batting 6th and playing left field. Logan Odell is the designated hitter today. He'll be taking the place of Mason Ponder. Ponder will be playing second base, and Logan Odell will be hitting for him. Rain Holting is batting in the number 8 spot and playing first base, and Henry Sterneman is batting 9th and holding down the duties at the hot corner. We'll give you Granite City's lineup when they come up to bat. We can tell you about their pitcher right now. That would be Michael Terry. He is 2-2 with 26 innings pitched. He's given up 18 runs on the year. 12 of those are earned. So he comes into this game with a 3.23 earned run average. And he has 30 strikeouts to go along with 6 walks, and he's given up 1 home run on the year. There are no dimensions mentioned on the outfield around here, so we could not tell you what it is down the lines or in the power alleys or to straightaway center field. So your guess is as good as mine, and yours is actually probably better than mine. All right, here comes Ben Tillman coming up to the plate. Tillman on the year, batting .212, 7 runs batted in. He has 1 double as far as his extra base hits are concerned. Everything else is of the single variety. And the first pitch from Terry is on the way, and that one's up high and inside, and we are underway about 3 minutes early at 5:57. Temperature is hanging up right around 68, 69 degrees here today. Is a very cool and comfortable day after we had a bit of a hot week last week, as that one's up and in as well. And quickly it is 2-0 against Ben Tillman. Supposed to warm up over the next couple of days, and then I guess we got another front moving through on Friday. Supposed to dump some more rain on us just in time to cool off the weekend. That one's high and inside as well. And Ben Tillman is ahead in the count early on here at 3-0. Sun setting over here to my left. And we do apologize for the netting that is in the way, but we can't help that. No chain link fence here to position the camera through one of the holes. It is the netting, and the holes are a little smaller, and this netting moves around with the wind, so you can't put it up against the netting or else you take a chance on getting your camera knocked over. 4-pitch walk to Ben Tillman, and the leadoff man makes it on base here for Collinsville, and that will bring up Carson Perrell, the center fielder. Carson on the year batting .298, 4 runs batted in. He has a couple of doubles as far as his power numbers are concerned. And Tillman will lead off first base. No steals on the year for Tillman. Collinsville hasn't tried all that much. They come into this contest with 5 stolen bases, and they've been caught 4 times. So almost as many steals as they have been caught, so maybe that might be the reason why. But the first pitch that was hittable was swung, and Carson Perrell hits it out of play. So quickly a 0-1 count to Carson. That one is right down the middle for a called strike 2. So the complete opposite from Tillman is Perrell. Tillman received a 4-pitch walk. Perrell up there looks at the first 2 pitches, swung at one of them. Next one was a strike, and now he's in an 0-2 hole. Next pitch from Terry on the way. That one goes over his head. Everything's turf here. Infield, outfield, pitcher's mound, warning tracks, even home plate is made of turf. There is no actual hard plate for the players to tap on. It's etched into the turf. The only thing that's been added, of course, are the bases. As that one goes up high, we go from 0-2 to 2-2. Glad that you're with us. Hope everybody had a nice weekend. My legs are sore. Took part in the St. Louis Cardinals 5K Saturday morning. Walked 3.10 miles in 54 minutes and 40 seconds. Next pitch, and that one is up high, full count. It was fun, but it was cold and windy. Terry ready with the 3-2 pitch instead of throw over to first base, and luckily on his toes over there was Evan Brewer. You might recognize that name from basketball season. Defensively for Granite City, Landon Hopper is in left field, Timo Bradley in center, Andrew Willeret is in right field. We'll give you the next after this pitch, and a swing and a fair ball, and off on the run was the runner Ben Tillman, so there was no chance to get him at second base as he was off with the pitch. And then the long throw from third base, and that was a little bit too late, so that's going to be an infield hit. Collinsville gets the first hit of the game. At third base was Clark Goodman. Connor Schaefer is at shortstop. Tuff Bradley is at second base. Evan Brewer, we told you about at first base, and Michael Terry is pitching to Brendan Hard behind the plate. Here comes Will Swip up to the plate. Batting .395 on the year. He leads his team in the batting category as he awaits the first from Terry, and that one is inside for a called strike, hit the corner. 7 RBIs on the year for Will Swip, and he has a couple of doubles as well as far as his power numbers are concerned. Aiden Whitaker batting .500, but he's only had 2 plate appearances and got 1 hit, so we don't count that, not enough at bats. So .395 is the top spot for Will Swip, who looks at one up high again. Only this time it's not a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Tillman on over at second base. And Perrell on over at first. First 2 have reached. Here's the next to Swip, swinging a high pop fly. This one's heading out to Willeret on the line out in right field. He makes the catch. Both runners are tagging, and the throw comes in just a little too late, and then it gets away. but not far enough for the runners to advance. So it kind of works as a sacrifice there, and Collinsville has runners on second and third and one away after the fly out to right field for Swip. Here is Cal Swartz. Swartz right behind Swip in the batting race. 323 on the year. He has 4 runs batted in and 1 double as far as his extra base hits are concerned. Swartz takes one on the inside corner, strike 1. Collinsville out there in their powder purple jerseys. They actually have their names on the backs of their jerseys, which is a rarity in high school sports. They have on the white pants and the purple stirrup socks with some white stripes. Now bunting is Swartz, and he bunts it back over in front of the Granite City dugout. Granite City, the home team, they're dressed in all white. They got some black sleeves, little red trim around the bottoms of those sleeves. Numbers on the fronts and the backs are in red, and they have the word Granite City etched across the tops of those numbers. The 0-2 pitch on the way, and Swartz takes one high and inside. Collinsville on their jerseys, they have the word Seaville over their numbers on the fronts of those jerseys. I like those jerseys. It's a nice color. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count, 1 out. Runners on second and third for Collinsville, trying to push across a run here in this first inning, and that one ends up going behind Swartz. 2-2 now the count to the Kahok right fielder. They do have lights here, so no worries about that. And I have a feeling once that sun goes down, these temperatures are going to drop pretty quickly. Next pitch to Swartz, up high, 3-2. And they got a soccer game going on behind us, too. Lady Warriors soccer team. Busy place out here today. Next pitch on the way to Swartz. Swing and a foul ball. And the count will stay at 3-2. One away. Runners on second and third. Cal Swartz, the man of the hour right now, has a chance to bring in a couple of runs if he so chooses. Next pitch from Terry. Swinging a foul ball out of play back behind the stands here behind home plate. Of course, no press box here either. So a lot of these schools that are building these new facilities are deciding not to add in press boxes. So we are right behind home plate, a little bit off to the third base side. Next pitch to Swartz. That one's down low. He walked him, and the bases are loaded. Bases are loaded for Roman Pomerantz. Pomerantz comes in batting .289 on the year. 5 runs batted in. He has 4 doubles on the season, and that leads the Kahawks in the doubles category. So Swartz on at first, Peril on at second, Tillman on at third. Collinsville looking to do some damage with 1 out. Of course, Granite City looking for the double play ball, and that one is in there for a called strike. Terry, been working from the stretch since issuing a 4-pitch walk to Tillman. That one's a little bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Kahawks trying to capitalize on a bases-loaded 1-out situation here in the top half of the first. Next from Terry into the turf. If I say dirt every once in a while, you'll forgive me, right? It's the usual vernacular when you're doing a baseball game, but these turf fields, not so much anymore. 2-1 the count to Pomerantz. Braden Henson, our pregame guest, waiting on deck. And a swing and a miss by Pomerantz. Two and two. Pomerantz from the right side of the batter's box. Terry shakes off one signal from his catcher, Brendan Hard. Says yes to the next, and here it comes, and that's a swing and a foul ball down the third base side. This game was scheduled a lot earlier than this, but it was rained out. And originally, why this is a 6 o'clock game was it was supposed to be a 3:30 JV start with a 2-hour time limit. There's a swing and a shot out to right field. It gets over the head of the right fielder, Willeret. 1 run's already home. He just now got to the ball in right field, and that is going to be a bases clearing double. 2 runs come in. And still only 1 away. Swartz stopped over at third. Pomerantz will have a 2 RBI double. And Collinsville off and running here. Well, the Kahawks are up, and here is our pregame guest, Braden Hinson, coming to the plate. Hinson on the year batting .270, and he looks at one outside, ball 1. Has a couple of doubles, but strangely enough, he only has 1 run batted in on the year. Game number 14. Runners at second and third, still only 1 away. 2-0 in favor of Collinsville. On 2 hits, couple of walks. Boy, Pomerantz tattooed that ball. Willeret, unfortunately, took a step in before he realized that was going over his head. Two 2-0 the count to Braden Hinson. And the pitch. Outside corner, called strike. Terry, been working from the stretch this whole time. And the next pitch, swinging a pop-up. That's going to stay in play. Making a move on it is Evan Brewer over in the first base coach's box, and it pops out of his glove. Boy, oh boy, new life there for Braden Hinson. Logan Odell, the DH, waits on deck. Terry looks in for a sign, has the one he wants from the stretch. And the pitch. Swing and a chance for the shortstop. Up to the hop, and he throws over to first base in time for the out. Well, Braden Hinson's going to get credit for another RBI. He picks up his second RBI. And Swartz comes in to score. And Pomerantz makes it down to third on the play. So another runner in for Collinsville. And there are 2 away. And we will see if Logan Odell can bring in Roman Pomerantz from third base. Odell batting .317 on the year. Has the only home run for the Kahawks so far this year. 10 runs batted in. Also 3 doubles as part of his power supply. And the first one's in there for a called strike. Terry working from the stretch once again. Brings the next pitch home. That one's low and inside, and it squeaks underneath of the catcher's legs. Brendan hard, but Pomerantz stays put. And Odell digs back in. 1-1 the count, 2 away. Runner at third base, top of the first. 3-0 already in favor of Collinsville. 2-1. That pitch misses low and away. And Terry with the next delivery. It's on the way. That one is just off the plate. 3-1. Three and one the count. Terry ready with the next to Odell. And that one's up high. Oh, strike call by the umpire. Looked a little inside from my vantage point. Like I said, I'm off to the left of the umpire. Pretty good view of that pitch. 3-2 the count. Terry trying to get out of this inning with no further damage done. He's ready with the next offering to Odell, and here it is. Swinging a little bouncing ball foul down the third base side, handled by Kahawk head coach Matt Pomerantz. And Odell remains alive. Terry. Ready with the next offering. Swinging a high fly ball. Heading out to right field once again. Willerette is on the run, and at the track, he makes the catch. And that ends the inning. 2 putouts out there by Willerette. But the damage has been done. 3 runs scored on just 2 base hits and 1 runner left on base. And we will now head to the bottom half of the first inning, and we'll get our first look at the Granite City Warriors up to the plate when we come back from a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network. Todd Duke here, proud member of the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Whether you call us teachers' aides, paraprofessionals, or educational assistants, it all comes down to one thing: taking care of students. More importantly, your student. Yes, we are there for the teachers, and we help them in any way possible. But our goals are in line with our teachers in that we want to see our students succeed at not only being a student, but well beyond that as we ready them for the world outside of the classroom. We are Union Strong. We are Kahok Strong. We strive to help students reach their potential. We are the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Go Kahawks!
It's probably the largest purchase you'll ever make. We have 5 agents on our team.
We cover about an hour radius around St. Louis.
We grew up here. We know every town like the back of our hands.
Our job as realtors is helping someone find their dream home, whether it's a family or an individual. We just want to do everything that we can to keep the process as simple and as stress-free as possible for you.
The Blaylock Group, the official realtors of the Kahok Sports Network and Kahok Athletics. Once again, we welcome you back here to Granite City High School. Granite City coming to the plate. Timo Bradley will lead things off against today's pitcher, Will Swip. We'll give you Will's number here in just a moment after we run down the lineup here for Granite City. Here is Timo Bradley. That one gets away, and Bradley coming in batting .370 with 10 runs batted in. He has a triple and a double. It'll be both the Bradley boys. Timo first, Tough Bradley second. Timo Bradley playing center field, Tough Bradley playing second base. Next pitch is in there for a called strike. Connor Schaefer will bat third and play shortstop. Evan Brewer is the cleanup man, batting fourth and holding down the duties at first base. Will Swip ready with another pitch here to Timo Bradley. And it's a swing and a foul ball down the third base side. Benjamin Wilson is the DH. He'll be batting for the pitcher Michael Terry today in that number 6 spot. Batting seventh is Andrew Willerette playing right field. Brendan Hard is catching and batting 8th, and Landon Hopper playing left field and batting 9th. Next pitch from Swip, swing and a miss. And down will go Timo Bradley for the first out here of the bottom of the first inning. Let's give you some numbers on Mr. Will Swip on the mound. This is his 5th appearance, his 5th start. He does have 1 complete game on the year. He comes in at 2-0, 22 innings pitched. He's given up 14 runs, 7 of those earned, so his earned run average is 2.23. He has struck out 17 while walking 11. Next up is Tough Bradley. Tough Bradley comes in batting .318. He looks at one on the outside corner for a called strike. 3 runs batted in for Tough Bradley. 5 doubles. He leads his team in the doubles category, mixed it in with his 14 hits. And the next pitch from Swip, a try at third for Sterneman, and the throw in time for out number 2. That'll give us a chance to set the infield here for Collinsville. Braden Hinson, our pregame guest out in left field. Carson Perrell in center field. Kyle Swartz in right. You just saw Sterneman over at third. Roman Pomerantz is at short. Mason Ponder at second. Rain Holting at first. And Will Swip is throwing to Ben Tillman. Tillman behind the plate. Next up here is Connor Schaefer. Schaefer looks at one up high, ball 1. Schaefer on the year, batting .324, 5 runs batted in. He has 1 double along with his 12 hits. Swip with 1-0 inside, 2-0. Swip ran into a little trouble in that big comeback win by Belleville East last Tuesday over at Fletcher Field. Collinsville had a 10-1 lead after 6 innings and couldn't hold on to it. Swip in that game pitched 5 2/3 of an inning, gave up 6 hits, 9 runs, but only 2 of those runs were earned. He walked 4 and struck out 3 in that game. So he had a good start up to a certain point. And a walk to Schaefer will give Granite City their first runner of the afternoon. And here comes Evan Brewer. Brewer on the year batting .333, 14 runs batted in. He leads his team in the home run category with 3. He also has 3 doubles on the year. And the big senior stands in from the right side looking for something to plant. Instead, he'll take a grounder over in front of the Kahok dugout down the third base line, 0-1 to Brewer. Shadow's already starting to sneak in over in left field. Swip from the stretch. Checks on his runner. He goes. And Swip, nobody was covering second base in time. Ponder, I don't know, I guess he didn't see the guy going. And it was a late break to second base for him. So a stolen base for Schaefer. So a runner at second. And Brewer looks at one outside, 1-1. Swip trying to get out of this inning with no damage done. Brewer now has a runner in scoring position. Swip ready with the 1-1 pitch. Here it is. Right down the middle, called strike 2. I got a sweatshirt on and I brought a jacket. I have a feeling I'm going to need it once that sun disappears. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Swip shook off the first offering from Tillman, takes the second one, checks on his runner, brings it home, swinging a grounder down the third base side, but that goes foul. Varsity soccer game getting ready to start behind us. Swip, ready to go. Checks on his runner, brings the next one into Brewer. Just missed. 2-2. Taking a glance over to the right here. Softball game. Maryville Christian now has a 9-6 lead as that game is into the bottom of the 6th. Swip. 2-2 count. 2 outs. Runner at second. Here's the pitch. Swing and a bouncing ball. Sterneman. He's going to glove it and throw in time for out number 3. So 2 putouts in this inning for Sterneman. And nothing doing for Granite City besides leaving a base runner on. So we will now head to the top of the second inning, and Collinsville will get another at bat when we return from a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lottie's Cafe offers food, cocktails, and gaming in a great atmosphere highlighted by fast and friendly service. Lottie's Cafe also offers a unique menu that features soups and salads, sandwiches and paninis, pizza and flatbreads, appetizers and desserts, as well as breakfast. That's right, we said breakfast. Unique breakfast items such as a breakfast stromboli, a breakfast BLT, and breakfast burritos. Lottie's also offers creative cocktails, a wine bar, the coldest beer around, and a video gaming area for those 21 and older. And don't forget the Lottie's Cafe gift certificates. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Check them out online at lottiescafe.com, on Facebook, or in person in the Strip next to the Walmart Neighborhood Market. Or call Lottie's Cafe at 618-223-8256. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem.
First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville and Collinsville locations, and now in Marissa, St. Laborie, and New Athens for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs with super low closing costs and low construction loan rates. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121, or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. Plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville.
It's the bottom two in the order here for Collinsville in the top of the second. That would be Rain Holting, Henry Sterneman, and Ben Tillman. Holting already took a ball. Next pitch is down low for ball number 2. A little bit of a longer break there as they played the national anthem for the soccer game behind us, so everybody had to pause and pay their respects before everybody got back to work here. And the 2-0 now into Holting. Holting comes in batting .267, 7 runs batted in, a couple of doubles. No one for Collinsville has a triple, and of course the only home run belongs to Odell. See if we can change some of that here today. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a chance for the shortstop. That's Schaefer. Schaefer's up with it and throws across the diamond in time for out number 1. Here is Henry Sterneman, the final batter that has not batted yet here today. And Sterneman comes in batting .189, 8 runs batted in, still looking for his first power base hit. No doubles, triples, or home runs for the third baseman for Collinsville, Henry Sterneman. First pitch, that one just misses. A little bit of a breeze out here, not nearly as windy as it has been, though. It has been a very windy April. 1-0 pitch from Terry on the way. And so, that's on the inside corner for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Not nearly as windy as it was Thursday when we did that Belleville East game. The 1-1 pitch to Sterneman is low, ball 2. Ben Tillman waits on deck. Back to the top of the order after Sterneman takes his at bat. And a swing, another chance for the shortstop. Schaefer up with it again, and a throw over. And back-to-back putouts by the shortstop, Connor Schaefer. And quickly, there are 2 away, and back to the top of the order we go with Ben Tillman, who walked and scored in that 3-run first inning. So Tillman comes up with 2 outs, and the base is empty. Terry ready, and the pitch, swinging a bouncing ball foul. Matt Pomerantz will handle that one again. Terry winds up and fires, swing and a miss, or foul ball, excuse me. Got a little piece of that one, did Tillman, and he has another life up there. Terry shakes off one, says yes to the next one, and here comes the pitch. Swinging a high fly ball. That one is out to center field, but that was a sinking line drive the whole way, so Timo Bradley had to back up and let it bounce toward him. And Collinsville will pick up hit number 3 on the afternoon. And here comes Carson Perrell, who singled in that first inning and later came around to score. Perrell. Terry, throw over to first base, and back in there safely is Tillman, as Terry once again has to work from the stretch. And the pitch. That's in there for a strike. Nice mix of Kahok fans and Warrior fans here for this 6 o'clock start. Started about 3 minutes early. That one's in there for a strike as well, so 0-2. Now the count to Carson Perrell. Tillman on over at first base. Terry checks on him and brings the next pitch home. Swing and a miss, and down on strikes will go Carson Perrell, and that will end the inning. No damage done. Collinsville leaves another runner on base. And we will head to the bottom half of the second inning. Granite City trailing by a score of 3-0. We're back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville is one of the area's longest-running VFW posts. VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville is your place to meet and join other area veterans. Plus, VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville offers all kinds of activities to help our veterans, as well as engaging the public with fun, food, fellowship, and a great time for great causes. Blood drives, fundraisers, raffles, and a Queen of Hearts drawing every Wednesday night. Plus, VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville has event space for your parties, celebrations, and other get-togethers. For more information, check out the VFW Post 1117's Facebook page or call the Caseyville VFW at 618-344-9878.
There's Ben Tillman, who reached in the last half inning with a base hit and was stranded. Had to go back to the dugout and put on all the catcher's equipment, so a little bit longer of a break at that half inning mark as well. Nevertheless, here we are, middle of the order. Clark Goodman will lead things off for Granite City, and the first pitch from Swip is outside and low, ball one. Clark Goodman on the year comes in batting .323. He has 6 runs batted in, and he has a home run to go along with 3 doubles as well. Will Swip pitches, and a swing and a miss. That'll even the count at 1-1. Sorry if it's a little out of focus as well. Unfortunately, the camera will focus on the net and not the people. Swinging a little bouncing ball out front. It's going to be handled by Swip. He'll throw over to first base in time. And there's one away. Here is Benjamin Wilson, the designated hitter, who's batting for the pitcher Terry today. And Wilson comes in batting .233. He also has 1 home run and 8 runs batted in, a couple of doubles as well. And we have seen no left-handed batters up to this point, but it looks like we have one on deck in Andrew Willeret. 1-0 pitch from Swip on the way. Swing and a miss. He was well out on the top of that pitch. That pitch went underneath his bat by about a half a foot. 1 ball, 1 strike to count, 1 out, bottom of the second. 3-0 in favor of Collinsville. Swip ready with the next. Swing and a miss, and this time a little early on the swing was Wilson. Swip likes the signal from Tillman, and he's ready with the 1-2 pitch. Here it is. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. Ball gets dropped, and Tillman has to throw it down to first base, which he does. Still go down as a strikeout. And there are 2 away, and that will bring up Andrew Willeret, the right fielder. Willeret on the year batting .189, 7 runs batted in on the season. And we have our first lefty who, if you're a lefty right now, you got that sun right in your face. Swip pitches down low, ball 1. Catcher Brendan Hard waiting on deck, has his shin guards on. Swip rings in the next, swinging a foul ball down the first base side. They have these little bullpen areas that jettison out down the lines. I can't even see the left field corner, so I know you can't. Swip, little off-speed pitch that stays high. 2-1 the count to Willeret, the right fielder. He was busy in that first inning. Swip delivers. Strike on the outside corner. That'll even things out at 2-2. 2 away, no one on. Kahok's trying to have a 1-2-3 inning They were on their way to that in the last inning, but walked Schaefer with 2 outs. Swip ready with the 2-2 delivery, and it's on the way, and a swing and a shot down the line, and that one is fair. And stopping at first base is going to be Willeret. I was looking at the home plate umpire for him to give me a signal, and out of the corner of my eye, I caught the fielding umpire who said it was fair. First hit of the game for Granite City, and that will bring up Brendan Hart. He had to ditch the old shin pads and come up to the plate. He's batting 125 on the year with 1 run batted in. He has 1 hit in 8 at-bats. Swip pitches. Strike called. Leading off over at first base is Willeret. Swip checks on him. Checks on him again. And brings the pitch home. Swinging a little chance there for Pomerantz. He's up with it. He'll make the long throw over to first base, and he'll do so in time for the out. So Collinsville trying for a 1-2-3 inning. They just keep on getting that ruined by a little 2-out something. One was a walk and one was a base hit, but still nothing coming across the plate. And we will head to the top of the third. And Collinsville leads by a score of 3-2, and we're back with the next Kahok at bat when we come back from a break here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975. Looking for a new place to catch the game with cold drinks and great food? Look no further than 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville. 1101 Bar and Grill features pizza, burgers, wraps, and salads, plus 7 large screen TVs to catch the latest Kahok games and all the pro sports across the spectrum, plus all the college football and basketball you can handle. 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Call 1101 Bar and Grill for carryout orders at 618-223-1332. Same deal with the last half inning, as this time Brendan Hard was on the base paths, the catcher for Granite City, so we had to wait for him to go put the gear back on and come back out, but he is back, and middle of the order for Collinsville, Will Swip, Cal Swartz, and Roman Pomerantz. If anyone can get on, our pregame guest Braden Henson, and Will Swip gets hit square in the back on the first pitch here in the third inning. First hit batter that we've had, although there's been a couple that's been close. One of them went behind one of the batters earlier for Collinsville. Swip flew out his first time up, so he's probably just happy to be on base. Here is Cal Swartz, who walked and scored the third and final run in that 3-run first inning. And we are going to have Carter Hinson come out and run for Swip. And now we are ready to go to Cal Swartz, and Terry has worked from the stretch in every inning. Bunt down the third base side, but foul. Carter Henson. No steals on the year. He leads from first, and that one's in there for a called strike against Swartz. Quickly 0-2 to the Kahok right fielder, Roman Pomerantz on deck. Carter Henson on first, running for the pitcher, Will Swip, and that pitch will hit Swartz in the rump. 2 hit batters in the same inning, back to back.
have put runners on first and second for none other than Roman Pomerantz, who laced a 2 RBI double in that 2-run first inning to get the first 2 runners to score for Collinsville. And Pomerantz has squared around a bunt, now pulls it back. Terry is ready with the first pitch. And that one is outside and low, ball 1. Sun is just about behind some treetops down here across the street from left field. Terry looks into his catcher, Brendan Hard, has a sign, brings it home, laying down a bunt is Pomerantz, and that one's going to just trickle foul at the last second. Softball team is in Redbud today. Maybe over at this point. Probably is. Volleyball team is at home against Maryville Christian. Their softball team is now trailing Granite City in the top of the 7th, 10-9. Maryville Christian is. They had a 9-5 lead just a little bit ago. Terry, ready. Pitch, swinging a foul ball back here. Mason Wynn with a sacrifice fly in the top of the 4th. Jordan Walker scores. Cardinals lead the Marlins in Miami 1-0. 1-2 pitch on the way, and that one's a low and outside for Pomerantz. That'll even things out at 2-2. Terry, yeah, Pomerantz is going to step out. Swinging a bouncer to third base, and up with it is Goodman, and he will throw over to first base in time for the out, but the runners move up, so it works like a sacrifice. Hinson on over at third, Swartz on over at second. One away for Braden Hinson. Grounded out to the shortstop, Connor Schaefer, his first time up. Well, it says on my Game Changer app that Collinsville is supposed to start a game at Redbud at 4:30, but you would figure it'd be over by now, and there is no score, nothing happening. Still says the same thing. Game at Redbud, 4:30. I guess there wasn't anybody available to do the Game Changer thing there. That would be my guess. 1-0. Next pitch, outside. Ball 2. Hinson got an RBI with that ground out in the first inning. Has a chance to get a couple more runs batted in here with a well-placed hit. Runners on second and third, one away, and the pitch. That one's in there for a called strike. Logan Odell waits on deck. Terry from the stretch delivers inside. Ball 3, 3-1. I have to look over and the scoreboard, which is also down the third base line. And every time I look over there to see the count, I'm looking right into the sun. Almost in some shade over here, which means jacket time's coming up. Pitch, swing and a miss, and Hinson was swinging for the fences for that one. Three and 2 the count. Runners on second and third, one away. Terry trying to wiggle out of another jam here. Pitch to Hinson. He hit him. 3 hit batters in the same inning have loaded the bases for Logan Odell, who, as I mentioned earlier, has the only home run for Collinsville this year. So if he can power one out of here, he would pick up a grand salami. Bases loaded, one out. Odell looks at one right down the middle. Logan flew out to right fielder Andrew Willeret, and he was on the track when he caught that ball back in that 3-run first inning, and Odell made the last out. Terry, he's ready. Here's the pitch. Swinging a little foul ball that stayed at home plate. Ball hit right in front of Odell, and then kind of took a spin toward my direction. Oh, and 2 the count to Logan Odell. Terry, he's ready with the 0-2 pitch, and here it comes. Swinging a bouncing ball, and Terry's going to get it. He's going to throw home in time for the force out at home. So Odell reaches on the fielder's choice. Bases stay loaded. Out number 2. So it is now going to be up to Rain Holting, but before we get there, a little mound visit from head coach Scott Smalley. That didn't take very long. Umpires always appreciate that. Bases are still loaded. And there's Rain Holting, who led off the second inning with a ground out to the shortstop, Connor Schaefer. And the pitch, Holting, another chance at the shortstop. He gets it and tosses over to second, and the inning comes to a close. So we will head to the bottom half of the third inning. Collinsville strands the bases loaded, and we'll come back and tell you about the home half of the third for Granite City when we come back from a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100.
The Collinsville Area Community Foundation is our community's charitable foundation. We connect people, support programs, and guide resources to help our community thrive. Our board is made up of local leaders that donate their time and expertise to identify opportunities for long-term community impact in and around Collinsville. Find out more about scholarships, grants, and ways to give back to the city we love by visiting CollinsvilleFoundation.com.
Bottom of the third, 3-0 in favor of Collinsville after a 3-run first by the Kahawks. And here is Landon Hopper, the only player that has not batted in this game. He looks called second strike, so quickly 0-2 to Landon Hopper. And Hopper looking for his first hit of the year. Swip. Oh, swinging a bouncing ball foul. It goes right into the hand of the third base coach here for Granite City. So another life here for Landon Hopper, the left fielder. Swip. He pitches, swinging another chance for the old coach down the third base side. Shadows are starting to take effect all the way up to my spot now. Swip ready with the next pitch. That one's outside and gets away from Tillman. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Leadoff man, Timo Bradley. The Bradley boys waiting on deck. Timo and Tuff will both have a chance to bat here in this inning. Swip ready with the 1-2, and that one just misses low. 2-2. I don't think I've ever had to deal with a night game on my little webcam here, so may have to make some adjustments. Lights are not on. Swing and a miss by Hopper. third strikeout of this game for Will Swip. One of those was Timo Bradley. He did that in the bottom of the first. See if I can make some adjustments here to this webcam as I go along here. The 0-1, and that one stays up high. As Swip ready with the 1-1. Here it is. Swing and a miss. I don't want to make it too bright, though. Swip ready with the next. Just missed low. We'll stay with that for right now. As Swit brings home another one, strike. 3 called on the outside corner. And there are 2 away. Back-to-back strikeouts, and Tough Bradley will come to the plate. Will Swip and company looking for a 1-2-3 inning. And Tough Bradley grounded out to Henry Sterneman over at third base, his first time up. Swip ready with the 0-1. Here it comes. Swinging a bouncing ball back to the pitcher's mound. Swip is going to pick it up and throw over to first base in time for the out, and Collinsville does indeed get a 1-2-3 inning. And that'll take us to a brand new inning. That would be the 4th. And we will tell you all about the top of the 4th when we return from another timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network. Looking for something to get your student involved in? Maybe joining the Collinsville Kahok Trap Team is that something. Created in 2017, the Collinsville Kahok Trap Team has joined a long line of area schools in one of the fastest growing and safest sports in the country. Trap shooting is a fun, team-oriented outdoor sport that offers friendship, competition, and teamwork, all in a safe and fun environment that encourages students to be part of a team in which they will learn valuable skills and are encouraged to engage in community involvement through volunteering and mentoring. If Collinsville Trap sounds like something your student would be interested in, call Collinsville Trap at 618-795-9893 or visit Collinsville Kahok Trap on Facebook. 618-795-9893. 9-3. Caseyville VFW Post 1117 Auxiliary supports the VFW with post projects and fundraiser events. The Caseyville VFW Auxiliary also provides donations and sponsorship for Veterans in Need, Jefferson Barracks in St. Louis, the Caseyville Food Pantry, outreach programs, summer lunches for students in the Collinsville Unit 10 School District, and now the Kahok Sports Network. Plus, sponsoring CHS programs like band, theater, and sports. If you would like to provide support or join the Caseyville VFW Auxiliary, contact the Caseyville VFW Post 1117 at 618-344-9878. Once again, we welcome you back here to Granite City High School. All kinds of new fields out here, all astroturfed. Baseball, softball, soccer, and football. They got rid of that big old football booth, too. So when that is gone, we have the soccer booth, which is very, very small. Leonardo Pacheco will come in and take over for Terry. Pacheco. I am not seeing him anywhere on the pitching department. So must be a first-time pitcher here for Granite City this year. Where's number 9? Position on the roster said he's an outfielder. He's a junior. And the first person that he faces here is Henry Sterneman, the number 9 man in the order. Ground ball over to third base. It's a slow roller. Third baseman will throw it into the ground. And I don't think that he would have been able to get him out even if he would have threw it straight. So I'm going to give Sturdivant a base hit there. Collinsville's 4th base hit of this game. And back to the top of the order we go, and Ben Tillman. Tillman has been on base twice. Walked and scored in the first, singled and was stranded in the second. Sturdivant. Oh, there's a swing and a long high fly ball out to center field. Bradley on the run off of his glove as he tries to leap up and save a home run. He knocked it down, so he probably did save a home run. And here is Sturdivant rounding third. He's going to score on a RBI triple off of the bat of Ben Tillman. Four to nothing now in favor of Collinsville. And next up to the plate is Carson Perrell. And a bunt down the third baseline is going to hit the turf fair, but then roll foul. Perrell singled and scored in that 3-run first inning, struck out in the second. I gave him a triple. I mean, he saved a home run, yeah, but I think he just kind of stuck the glove up there. I think it hit the outside of his glove and not in the pocket. I think that was his intention, was just to save a home run. Here's the 0-1. Swinging another shot to center field. That one's going to get down for a single. And trotting home with ease is Ben Tillman on an RBI single by Carson Perrell. So Collinsville up 5-0 here. We're in the top of the 4th, and here is Will Swip. Swip has flown out and been hit by a pitch. He was stranded. 3 batters were hit in that 3rd inning, and all of them got stranded. And the runner goes, and the throw is not in time, and he is safe. It is Carson Perrell. Perrell is 4th stolen base on the year without being caught. So Swip now has a runner at second base. And still nobody down here. Next pitch by Pacheco, swinging a little foul tip that stays into the glove of the catcher, Brendan Hard. Oh, and 2 the count to the Kahok pitcher, Will Swip. And the pitch. That one gets away, but right behind the catcher, Hard. I think it went through his legs and then hit the umpire in the shoe, so it stayed right at home plate, so Perrell could not go. It is chilly now. Sun is still up, but it's behind the trees, so I'm in the shade. There's still parts of the field seeing some sun, but not much. Swinging a foul ball. This one is going to be back behind the backstop here and right next to the barbecue grill. 17-9 now. Granite City has put up 9 runs in the bottom half of the 6th inning over at the softball field. It was a close game. Now it's a blowout. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Will Swip. Next pitch by Pacheco, swinging another foul ball straight up in the air, pretty much the same spot. Only that one's going to hit right off the top of the Granite City dugout. So Swip staying alive with a couple of towering foul balls. Perrell over at second. 1 run already in. Here in the 4th to make it 4-0 in favor of Collinsville, or excuse me, 5-0 in favor of Collinsville. 2 runs home here in this inning. That one's down low, skips into the turf. 2-2. Will Swip's parents and little brother are here. Pacheco checks on his runner, brings one home, and another foul ball out of play. There's still only one out over there in the, just changed over to 2 outs. In the bottom of the 6th, 9-run inning for Granite City and their softball team. 2-2 the count to Will Swip. Runner at second base, nobody out over here in the baseball side. And the pitch is going to hit him again. That is the 4th hit batter in this game. First one by Pacheco. And here is Cal Swartz. He didn't have my guys on base there, did I? Cal Swartz was also hit by a pitch in that 3rd inning, but he was thrown out at home for the 2nd out of that inning. Other than that, he walked and scored in the 1st. And everybody's going to go, and everybody's going to be safe. No throw by the catcher on a double steal. Peril goes down to 3rd base with his 2nd stolen base of this inning. And Carter Henson, who is in running once again for Will Swip, makes it down to 2nd. And the pitch to Swartz from Pacheco on the way. Strike on the inside corner. He was ready to pull the trigger, was Swartz, but he stopped at the last second. 1-1 the count to the Kahok right fielder, Cal Swartz. Next pitch, swinging a foul ball out of play. That's back over there by the, be careful over there. That one went all the way over to the softball diamond. They're in the top of the 7th over there. Maryville Christian just scored. Now it's 17-10. It's a slugfest going on over there. Next pitch, and that one almost hit him as well. They're not keeping track of the hits and the errors over there. I'd be anxious to see how many hits they have, each team. Because right now there's 27 runs, so there's got to be a ton of hits. Maybe, I don't know. Could be errors and walks too. 2-2 pitch for Cal Swartz, and that one stays a little bit too high, maybe around the shoulder blade, so not chest high. Full count. First base is open. Roman Pomerantz waits on deck. Pacheco checks and pitches. Swinging another foul ball back over toward the softball field. That one ended up going behind the 3rd base dugout. I think the last one went over behind the backstop. Fields are pretty close together. Another 3-2 pitch by Pacheco on the way to Cal Swartz. Low, he walked him. Bases are loaded once again. 2nd inning in a row for Collinsville. This time nobody out. Terry had 2 walks while he was the pitcher in the first 3 innings. 1 now here by Pacheco. Bases loaded, and a swing and a high fly ball off the bat of Pomerantz, but that's going to go into the bullpen area down the first base side here. Yeah, it looks like a couple of players are just returning from the bullpen. So we'll see how long they want to hang out with Pacheco here. Pacheco, bases juice, nobody out, and the pitch goes all the way back to the screen, and it's going to be a safe call at the plate as the ball pops out of Pacheco's glove. So that's a wild pitch. And Collinsville scores another run. 6-0 in favor of Collinsville. Now runners on 2nd and 3rd for Pomerantz, and a 1-1 count against him. And that one's low, 2-1. Or excuse me, yeah, 2-1. Pomerantz ready for the 2-1 offering from Pacheco. Here it is. Up high, 3-1. Hinson now on over at third. Swartz on over at second. No one out here. Pomerantz already has a RBI, 2 RBI double in this game. And now he swings, and a nice stop by the shortstop. He's going to throw home, and safe. He slid under the tag. Nice job by Hinson to slide under the tag. Collinsville picks up another run, and no one out still. Pomerantz will get an RBI fielder's choice. On over at third is Swartz. And here is Braden Hinson now. Braden has grounded out, and he was hit by a pitch. Pitch is inside. Hinson's ground out produced an RBI. That was in that 3-run first so far. 4 runs have scored here in this 4th inning, and it's 7-0 in favor of Collinsville. Pitch outside. Nice job there by Brendan Hard to keep that one from going anywhere. Nobody out. Hinson, 7th man to bat here in this inning. Pitch. Strike called. Must be the end of the first half of the soccer game. And the pitch runner goes from first to second. Throw down there well offline. Bounces off the shortstop. Goes to the outfield. And another run's going to score. Throw comes into third base. And out over at third base is Roman Pomerantz. So I'll have to charge that error to the catcher, as that one was well offline. And then the throw comes in to get Pomerantz for the first out. And the bases are now empty, and Hinson skies one. And calling for it is the shortstop, and this time Schaefer makes sure it's into his glove for out number 2. And here is Logan Odell with the bases empty. The 8th man to bat here in this inning. I think the softball game is over unless they're still batting there. 17-11 is what I see. I think that Mario Christian's still batting. Pitch to Odell is down low. Odell has flown out and reached on a fielder's choice. Stranded after you've reached on that fielder's choice in the 3rd. Pitch by Pacheco. Almost hit him. 8-0 in favor of Collinsville. 3-run first, 5 runs so far here in this inning, but the bases are now empty. And Pacheco already with another pitch, swing and a miss by Odell. 2-1. Pacheco from the windup now, pitches, and half swing down the first base side, but foul. Lights have not been turned on here yet. Sunset probably about 25 minutes from now. Swing and a high fly ball. That one's going to chase the right fielder, the left fielder all the way back off of the wall. On his way to second base is Odell, and he will be in there with a 2-out double. 7 hits now in this game for Collinsville, and here is the 9th man to bat, Rain Holting. He has a runner on over at second base with 2 away. And swings and skies one out to center field. On the move, Bradley, and he gets there on the run and hauls it in for the 3rd out. But Collinsville scores 5 more times here in the top of the 4th and have an 8-0 lead as we head to the bottom half of the 4th inning. And we're back to tell you about the next Granite City at bat when we return from a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network. The choices you make to celebrate the life of your loved one should be as special as the person they represent. That's why you will always find the staff at Her Funeral Home in Collinsville ready to go the extra mile to meet the needs of you and your family during those times. For over 100 years, Her Funeral Home has been there for Collinsville and the surrounding communities. Of the many arrangements made after losing a loved one, the first is the selection of a funeral home. The staff at Her Funeral Home in Collinsville can help with that planning. Call Her Funeral Home in Collinsville at 618-344-0187. Her Funeral Home, serving Collinsville families for over 100 years. 618-344-0187. Is it finally time to start doing what you've been talking about doing for years? Start making those plans right now and let Northwestern Mutual help you plan your future. Former Kahok Joe Philpott can help you get started with that plan today. Joe Philpott, a financial advisor with Northwestern Mutual, can help build a plan specifically for you with a wide range of financial options and the flexibility to change that plan as your priorities change. To get started on your future, give Joel Philpott a call today at Northwestern Mutual's Fairview Heights office at 618-606-2022. Spend your life living with Northwestern Mutual. Call Joel Philpott today, 618-606-2022. Connor Schaefer leads things off here, and quickly 2 strikes against the Granite City Warriors shortstop. And that one goes up high. Schaefer walked, stole a base, then was stranded at second way back in the 1st inning. It'll be the 3, 4, and 5 hitter, Schaefer, Brewer, and Goodman here for Granite City. Warriors trail 8-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. That's a nice stop there by Tillman, although there's nobody on. Still, nice stop. Softball game's over. I'm guessing 17-11 was the final score. Granite City, the big 6th inning. The 2-2 pitch on the way to Schaefer. Swinging a chance for Sturdom, what a stop from his knees, long throw, and it pops out of the glove over there of Holting. So Holting will commit Collinsville's first error of the game. Boy, I thought he snagged that, and if he would have just held on to it, it would have been in time. So here is Evan Brewer. Hopefully that error doesn't come back to haunt Collinsville, as that one was up in the face of Eric Brewer and brushed him back big time. Anything Brewer's big. Clark Goodman, he's a towering dude over there in the on-deck circle. Swip from the stretch, checks on his runner, brings it home. Swing and a miss. Brewer went golfing. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Connor Schaefer has his lead. He has 8 stolen bases on the year, so watch out for him. And the pitch to Brewer. In there for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Brewer. Brewer grounded out to Sturdom his first time up. Sturdom almost had another one there off the bat of Schaefer. That would have been impressive from his knees. Swip checking on his runner. Brings the next one home to Brewer. High pop fly. On the move is Cal Swartz. He's underneath it, and he will have it for out number 1. And back over to first base is Schaefer. And here comes Clark Goodman. More like Clark Kent. That dude's big. Goodman, his first time up, actually grounded back to the pitcher. Didn't get very far, about halfway between home and the mound. Swip pitches. Swinging a long fly ball. That one's got a home run written all over it. It is off the wall, actually. And it's going to be a double for Goodman, and stopping at third base is going to be Connor Schaefer.
Now batting number 10, Ben Wilson.
So Ben Wilson will come up to the plate with a chance to get Granite City on the board. One away. Wilson struck out his first time up. That was real close to getting out of here. I think it hit about a foot on the base of the wall. Then caromed up, and Henson played it perfectly and brought it back in quickly. Swip works. Strike called. Wilson, the DH. Batting for the pitcher's position, so they made a pitching change, but did not need to make a change in the lineup. Only the second hit for Granite City. Swinging a foul ball back to the Collinsville dugout. And Wilson in an 0-2 hole. Actually swung at the third strike, and it was dropped by Tillman, and he had to pick it up and throw it down to first. And that was in the second inning. Swip ready with an 0-2. Low. One ball, two strikes to count. Swip has runners at second and third to deal with. One away. And the pitch. Strike three call. What a big out that was. Wilson, strikeout victim for the second time. Fifth strikeout of the game for Will Swip. And that brings up Andrew Willeret. The lefty will bat with two outs and runners on second and third. Willeret singled and was stranded in the second. So he has the other base hit. Outside, ball one. Sun has a little opening toward the bottom of the canopy of the trees. Pitch by Swip. Swinging a bouncing ball right back into Will Swip's glove. He'll underhand it over to first base, and no damage done as Willeret is out 1-3 for the third out of the inning, so no runs come across. We did have a base hit and one error in the inning. Two runners were left on base, but no damage done as we now head to the top of the fifth inning, and Collinsville will come to the plate once again when we return from a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network. Want to catch some of the best live music in Collinsville from a band of all local area residents? Look no further than Sonically Pleasing. Sonically Pleasing with Tim Carlisle, Jim Cason, Logan Carlisle, and Caleb Tanzius play some of the best rock and roll hits from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and beyond. You can catch Sonically Pleasing at some of the area's finest venues, as well as book Sonically Pleasing for your private event or party. To put some music in your life, it's Sonically Pleasing. Check out Sonically Pleasing's Facebook page for upcoming live show dates and to book them for your special event, or call to book that event at 618-401-0052. Pleasing live rock music for your ears. Sonically Pleasing, 618-401-0052. That's 618-401-0052. Hayden Cooper becomes the new pitcher for Granite City. Hayden Cooper has pitched just one inning so far this year, and in that one inning of work, he gave up a home run. Matter of fact, he gave up 3 runs, all of them earned, on 3 hits. It can't be right, man. He pitched 1 inning, walked 6, struck out 1, gave up 3 hits, 1 home. Yeah, he has a 21.00 earned run average, so that was a rough 1 inning for Mr. Cooper out there. No, that's right. So we're going to have a pinch batter here for Henry Sterneman, as Ryan Newman, who was our post-game senior interview Thursday in Belleville East, is going to come to the plate. And he takes one inside. Newman looking for his first hit of the year. And swinging a fly ball. That one might drop. It is down the first base line. Newman will pick up his first hit of the year. 8th base hit of the afternoon for Collinsville. And back to the top of the order we'll go with Ben Tillman. And once again, well, Henry Sterneman's going to come in and run for him. And here is Ben Tillman. Tillman has walked, singled, and tripled, and scored 2 runs here in this contest. That triple gave him an RBI. Lights are just now popping on here. So a runner at first base and nobody out. Of course, Collinsville, they scored 2 runs this inning and then hold Granite City scoreless in the bottom of the 5th. This game will end on the mercy rule, as that ball is a bunt foul. So Sterneman back over to first base, as Tillman was trying to catch them all off guard. Cooper has to deal with a runner on at first. That's Sterneman. And the pitch is high. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. Ryan Newman picking up his first base hit of the year. Sterneman in to run for him. And now Cooper works from the stretch and pitches one down low. Ball 2, 2-1. Chris Keller with a little text message there with some information. Collinsville plays at East St. Louis tomorrow, and apparently it's the first time in 10 years that Collinsville will play a game in East St. Louis. Last time was May 3rd of 2016. And that pitch down low and a walk to Tillman. Each pitcher for Granite City has walked a batter. Collinsville has runners on first and second base, nobody down. Here comes Carson Perrell. Perrell has a couple of base hits and an RBI. Sandwiched in between those base hits was a strikeout. Bunts it up in the air. No one's going to get there. And on the bounce, what a nice grab on the bounce by the catcher, Brendan Hard, but he had nowhere to go with it. Runners were already on the move from first and second. They made it into second and third, and unfortunately Evan Brewer at first was playing to bunt, so no one covered first base. And Carson Perrell is going to pick up an infield bunt single. So Sterneman's on at third, Tillman's on at second, Perrell's on at first, and here is Will Swip with a chance to do some major damage. Outside and high. Swip on the afternoon. Last 2 times up to the plate, he was hit by a pitch. Other than that, he flew out to the right fielder, Willeret, way back in the first. Swip did score the last time he was hit by a pitch. Swinging a chance, that's a base hit. That one's going to get down over to left field. 2 runs are going to score. Collinsville has a 10-0 lead. 2 RBI single by Will Swip. 10 runs now on 10 hits for Collinsville. And Collinsville living life large here today. 2 runners on, still nobody out. And here is Cal Swartz. Swartz looks at an off-speed delivery there. Almost looked like a knuckleball in there for a strike. Swartz has been walked twice. He scored twice. He was also hit by a pitch. So he's been on base all 3 times. The easy way. Runner takes off from second to third and from first to second. No throw. And another double steal here for Collinsville. For a team that doesn't steal very many. Matter of fact, they came in with 5 stolen bases. They have 5 in this game. So runners on second and third, and now we have bases loaded again. Man, why won't this thing click on it and then stay there? Thank you. Swartz for the second time was hit by a pitch. And the bases are loaded for Roman Pomerantz. Pomerantz has a double and 2 RBIs, a ground out, and reached on a fielder's choice, and another RBI with that, so he has 3 runs batted in today. 10-0 in favor of Collinsville, top of the 5th. Up high, ball 1. Cooper in some trouble as well. And that was a foul off of the catcher, right off of his mask. Umpire checks on him, makes sure he's okay. Smalley comes out also to make sure he's okay. You can see that sunshine right there on the far left of the screen. It's almost down, but it's doing a little flashing there as there's moving over here in front of the Kahawks dugout. Brendan Hard appears to be okay. Back to work we go. 1-1 the count. Nobody out. Bases full of Kahawks once again. And the pitch to Pomerantz, swinging a high fly ball out to center field. Bradley is underneath it. He'll have it for the out, but a run is at least going to tag up and score, and it's 11-0 in favor of Collinsville. Runners on the corners now. And Pomerantz becomes the first out, but it was a productive out as he knocked in a run. Farrell came in to score. And Carter Henson, the runner for SWIP, came in to score a little while ago. Oh, no, he's down at third, isn't he? Runners on the corners. And here is Braden Henson. Henson, also a productive ground ball. That's a fly ball on the outfield turf and hauled down by Connor Schaefer. It's the second time that Braden Henson has popped up to Schaefer in shallow left field territory. 2 away.
Now batting number 21, Odell.
Here is Logan Odell. So Swartz is on at first, Henson's on at third, and Odell with a double in his last at bat. Cooper pitches. Strike called. Top of the 5th, 11-0 in favor of Collinsville. Odell awaits the next pitch from Cooper. Here it comes. Outside and high. Ball 2, 2-1. Cooper ready with the next. Up high again. 3-1. 2 away. Next pitch to Odell. Outside, he walked him. Second walk by Cooper. And that'll load the bases again. And here is Rain Holting, who is wearing the collar today, 0 for 3. See if he can break that. I guess we had some kind of change here. Umpire's writing down something in his little book, but I'm trying to figure out what it is. Maybe a runner. Problem with these powder purple jerseys is I can't see the numbers on the front, so I can't be sure what I'm talking about here. Cooper, bases loaded again. Swinging a little bouncer right back to Cooper. Cooper is going to wait for it, and his throw over to first base is offline, and safe, and another run scores. So the bases remain loaded. And up will step Henry Sterneman. Last time, this inning started off with Ryan Newman batting for Sterneman, and now Sterneman's going to bat for himself. And now we have Holting coming in to run first. Initially, they brought in Aiden Taylor. He's going to be our post-game guest, by the way. So Holting's going to go in and run the bases himself. 12-0 in favor of Collinsville. 2 outs, bases loaded. Sterneman, before he was pinch hit for to start off this 5th inning, he singled and scored himself back in the 5-run 4th, and he grounded out to the shortstop back in the 2nd. Pitch by Cooper. Swinging a high fly ball. That has a chance to leave the park, and that is up against the fence again. Boy, oh boy, I don't know the dimensions here at this park, but this outfield must be big because that looked like it had home run written all over it. Sterneman tattooed that ball. 2 more runs come in to score. Down to third is Holting. And on at second is Sterneman. And Collinsville up 14-0. And we're going to have another pinch hitter here for Ben Tillman as the catcher Eli Clay will come in. Clay on the year, batting 111, couple of runs batted in. And looks at one out of the zone, 1-0. Clay awaits the next. Down low. Ball 2. Lights are on, but they have not fully taken effect yet. Sun is down, at least behind all the trees in the houses. And the next pitch to Clay is in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. 2-1, excuse me. Scoreboard has it at 1-1, but the umpire just threw up his hands and told me it's 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch on the way to Clay. Lays off of it, and a called strike on the outside corner, 2-2. And the next pitch outside, ball 3, 3-2. First base is open. Swing and a chance for the second baseman. Bradley gloves it and throws over to first base in time for the out, but the damage has been done. Another 6 runs comes across here in this top of the 5th inning, and Collinsville, all they need to do is get Granite City out 1, 2, 3, and we can all go home happy as we head now to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Granite City, one more opportunity to dig into this Kahok lead, and we'll be back to tell you all about it when we return from a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network. Save On Liquor and Wine in Collinsville is much more than what's in their name. Of course, Save On Liquor and Wine has liquor and wine, from brand names to specialty brands. Plus, they have gas, cigars, fountain drinks, coffee, craft beers, and other sundries and snacks. Plus, everything Save On Liquor and Wine has to offer comes served by a friendly, attentive, helpful, and polite staff that will go out of their way to serve you that special something for every taste. Make sure you check out Save On Liquor and Wine's new location at 6100 Center Grove Road in Edwardsville. Save On Liquor and Wine in Collinsville, 809 St. Louis Road, or call 618-344-1638. Save On Liquor and Wine, something for every taste. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Regg, your Benjamin F. Edwards financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Regg is a proud supporter of your Collinsville Kahawks and the Kahok Sports Network, as well as the Kahok Educator of the Month Award. For all of your investment needs, see financial advisor and investment vice president Jason Regg at the Benjamin F. Edwards office in Collinsville, located at 1008 Vandalia Street, or call Jason Regg at 618-223-5215 or visit benjaminfedwards.com. Benjamin F. Edwards, member SIPC. Brendan Hard leads things off here in the bottom of the 5th. Hard only had 1 at bat so far in this game, and he grounded out to Roman Pomerantz at shortstop. 1 ball, 1 strike against Hard already, and he looks at one on the inside corner for a called strike 2. Kahawks trying to string together back-to-back wins before they have a Southwestern Conference game tomorrow at East St. Louis. That one's outside and low, 2-2 the count. Bottom of the order, Brendan Hard. Landon Hopper waits on deck. Back to the top of the order, and Timo Bradley for Granite City, as they need to score 5 runs to keep this game alive. High pop fly. Third baseman Sterneman calls for it and has it for the out. 1 away.
Now batting number 14, Hunter Dickerson.
And we're going to have a pinch batter here. Hunter Dickerson will come in for Harper. And Dickerson looking for his first base hit of the year. He does have a couple of stolen bases as a courtesy runner. There's a pitch by Swip, high and outside, ball 1. Bottom of the 5th, 14-0 in favor of Collinsville. That one's on the inside corner for a called strike. 1-1 the count. Dickerson, a senior, swings and misses at the low offering from Swip. Swip looking for a complete game victory here, although it's a shorter version of a complete game. And the pitch, down low and outside, 2-2. Swip takes a while to look in. Tillman gives him the sign that he wants, and Swip brings it home. Swear, 3 called. Woo! 2 away. 6th strikeout of this game for Will Swip, and now it's up to, they keep on saying Tough Bradley, but on my roster it says Timo is number 1 and Tough is number 3. They've been doing that all game, and I got him written down as Timo. Timo has struck out twice. Right down the middle. 0-1 pitch on the way. Swinging a foul ball down the third base side, so Will Swip 1 strike away from ending this game early. Swip rubs up the ball on his shirt, looks into Tillman, has his sign. And the 0-2 to Bradley on the way. Ooh, boy, that was close. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Swip nods his head yes to the offering from Tillman. And the 1-2 on the way. Swinging a high fly ball. That one is going to be dangerous, and it is not going to be caught as it hits the warning track out there and bounces up. Carson Perrell has to bring it in, and all the way over to third base on a triple is Timo Bradley.
Now batting number 3, Timo Bradley.
I got tough. Unless it's wrong on the roster. Because she's been saying them backwards than what the roster has this whole game. This Bradley has grounded out twice. That run over at third base means absolutely nothing. Here's a chance for Sternman to end it. He gloves it. He fires in. This game is over on a 5-3 putout by Sternman, who had a pretty good game over there at third base here. And Collinsville wins this thing here this afternoon by a final score of 14-0. And now we take you into our post-game program, brought to you by LC's Pub in Caseyville. Great food, great drinks, great service, all served up daily at LC's Pub in Caseyville. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville. Give them a call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007. Kahawks whip up on the Granite City Warriors here this afternoon by a final score of 14-0. We'll tell you about it and have our interview with Aiden Taylor after we come back from a timeout here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahawk fans' pub of choice. All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent service staff. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. And of course, All Pro Tees is your destination for everything Collinsville Kahawks. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville at 2240 South Morrison Avenue. Online at allprotees.com. Right across the street from Kahawk Stadium. All Pro Tees, 618-344-2200. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice.
Once again, we welcome you back into the LC's Pub post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Collinsville wins this one here this afternoon. Lopsided score of 14-0. And we continue with our senior interviews. We have so many seniors this year on the baseball roster that we have to do one in the pregame and one in the postgame. So the pregame, we do the ones at the top of the roster, and then we go down to the bottom and start picking up the guys from the bottom of the roster too. And that would bring us to number 30, senior Aiden Taylor. How are you, man?
Doing good today.
Yeah, nice game, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good win for the boys there.
It sure was. All right, let's get to know you a little bit better, man. Tell us about your family, mom, dad, brothers, sisters, and don't leave out the pets.
I got a mom, Cassidy Taylor. I got a dad, Jeff Taylor. I got a sister who also goes to the school, Lydia Taylor. I got 2 dogs, Pepper and Pretzel, and 2 cats, Snowball and Sprinkles.
Pepper, Pretzel, Snowball, Sprinkles. Sounds like a lot of food.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to have a dog named Pepper back when I was growing up. All right, man, tell us your baseball story. Who got you started in the world of baseball? When did that happen? How old were you?
Probably about, I think, 6. Started playing in CBSL. Started out first year a kid pitch, actually.
Yeah.
Wasn't a T-ball guy. Started out kid pitch. Wasn't good my first year. Picked it up second year. Really liked it. Kept going through with it.
Who got you started, Dad?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's usually the case. Dad got me started in baseball, too. All right, man, the favorite things category. Your favorite things. Favorite salty snack.
Ooh, some good potato chips.
Good potato chips. Sweet snack.
Probably Nerd Gummy Clusters.
Get that a lot. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, which is your favorite meal?
Good hamburger and fries for dinner.
I was going to ask you what it is. Who cooks it for you? Or, you cook it yourself?
Mostly myself on the grill.
Yeah.
Cook it up my way.
All right. How about restaurant? What's your favorite fast food restaurant?
Fast food. Probably McDonald's easily.
What is your favorite sit-down restaurant?
Favorite sit-down? Got to go with Ravenelli's.
Ravenelli. That's the first time I've gotten that one, but you know what? That's pretty good stuff, too, especially that fried chicken.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, music genre. What is your favorite type of music? You have that twang in your voice. I'm going country.
Yep.
Yeah, I can tell just by listening to you. All right, who is your favorite group or artist in the country genre?
It's going to be Riley Green or Keith Whitley.
Yeah. All right, least favorite class in high school right now?
Least favorite? Got to be English class.
Yeah, you know what? That's what
Can't
Henson,
do those essays.
That's what Henson said, too. Favorite school right now in high school?
Class?
Yeah.
Co-op class, easily.
Yeah?
Get out at 11:50 every day, go home, take a nap for the games.
My kind of guy, man. All right, when you're not playing baseball, what are you doing for fun? What do you do for fun in the summertime there, Mr. Taylor?
Summertime, usually just go to work or go fishing.
Yeah.
It's about all I do anyways.
Henson said the same thing, too. Go to work or go fishing. All right, man, you're going to graduate next month. What is in the future for you, Aiden Taylor?
I'm going to go to SWIC for welding, and then after that, hopefully join the workforce, find a good job, and start my career.
All right, and time for you to do your shout-outs. Anybody out there you want to say hi to?
Yep, shout-out Coach Craig over there, helping us out. Shout-out Coach Scrum, JV coach. That's about all I got.
Yeah, all right, man. Give me your thoughts on the game you just watched. That was pretty impressive.
Game, the boys came out hitting. Great job, Will, for pitching. Shut them down right there, and that's about it. Yeah. Everyone got the hit. All had fun.
Yeah, I had fun.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Good luck in your future.
Thank you.
All right, that is Aiden Taylor as we get one more of our senior interviews in there. And that is going to almost do it for us. I didn't even get a chance to add up all my stats here. But Collinsville wins 14-0. I believe that Granite City only had 2 hits looking at my bottom totals here. And Collinsville got their 14 runs on 11 base hits. They did leave 6 base runners on base, I want to say, and committed 1 error in the game. Believe it or not, Granite City only committed 1 error as well, but they just gave up way too many hits. And Will Swip picks up the complete game victory. And next up for your Collinsville Kahawks, we kind of told you a little prelude of that, and they're going to be at East St. Louis tomorrow. And 4:30 is that scheduled first pitch. Next up for me, girls soccer coming at you tomorrow. It's a home game as Belleville West comes to town, and that game is scheduled for 6:30. We'll be on the air sometime around 6:15 or so with pregame coverage, depending on when the JV game comes to a close. And a big thank you to Braden Henson for coming on and joining us in the pregame chat in the senior interview, and of course again to Aiden Taylor joining me in the postgame chat. My name is Todd Duke until tomorrow night at Kahok Stadium. Everyone enjoy the rest of your Monday.